my friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica. It's been quite some time since I've sat down here to film a video, and I will go into detail about that as I'm putting my eye look together. But nonetheless, this is episode 58 of Throwback Thursday. I want to give a huge love-filled shout out to my TBT inspo and muse, Jan Van, my Janny Boo. I will link her channel in my description box. She is amazing. So please go and subscribe to her if you have not yet already. And then also I'm going to give a huge love-filled shout out to my dear friend and subscriber Dawn for being the ultimate TBT cheerleader ever in the history of everything. So for this episode, I'm pulling in the Colourpop Aurora Struck palette. Now, I haven't used this in quite some time, but one of my subscribers, Dewdrop, with some numbers behind it, I can never remember the numbers, she had watched, I think, one of my recent ranking videos that I ranked, my random ranking, and I ranked this, and she's like, oh, it's such a great palette. I'm like, I'm using it for my next Throwback Thursday, which I had intended on doing like last week, and then I'll get to that here in just a minute. So this is the color story. Beautiful, cool tones, like depth and light and bright and dark, and super excited to play with it. So I think what I'm going to do is use Icelandic and Cosmic Ray. Yeah. And then Stargazing. And I think Feeling Wavy. And maybe some Geomagnetic. I'm wanting like darker, but some light too. That's what I'm thinking about using for this look today. And I don't think I've ever, I'm positive I have not used this shade combination before. So I do have my brows done in the NYX Control Freak Clear Brow Gel, and I primed my eyelid in the Juvia's Place Prep Prime Eyeshadow Primer. Okay, so starting off by going into Icelandic and putting that in my transition area. Okay, so let me break down what's been going on over here lately. I'm going to be talking about some medical stuff here that's bladder and kidney related. So if that grosses anybody out, this might not be the video for you. I mean, I'm not going to go into a ton of detail, but you know, a little bit. And also, I don't know what's on my hand. I don't know what I got on my hand. Anyway, this bruise, I'll explain how I got that here in just a minute. So I took some time away from my channel for personal reasons. I just needed to take some time away to deal with some stuff. And my plan was to come back to filming like last week, maybe sooner than that, I don't know. And I am now passing a kidney stone. That started a little over a week ago. I think it was a week ago Tuesday that this whole thing started. So I got up Tuesday morning. Well, I woke up about 1 o'clock Tuesday morning. I don't know why. Every time I sit down to film, I have to cough and get all yucky in here. I don't know why. Anyway, I woke up around 1 o'clock in the morning last week ago Tuesday and felt like I was getting a UTI, bladder infection. And I was like, oh crap. I'm like, why am I getting a bladder infection? But okay. So I went to work that day and then decided, I need to go to urgent care. There's something wrong with my bladder. Not typical UTI symptoms, but my bladder hurt and it was like spasming. And I was like, something's wrong. So go to urgent care. They have to pee in a cup and all that stuff. And they're like, well, you do have a sign of infection in there. So we're going to go ahead and put you on Macrobid. Oh, okay. Sent me home. That was the end of it. Or, sent me out of there. I went back to work. Then that really did nothing, which, usually takes a couple days before your body like accepts the antibiotic and it starts to work. So I was like, just give it some time, it'll be fine. Well, I went to work on Wednesday and it was just exponentially worse. And I'm like, okay, something is really wrong here, but whatever. So I go to the emergency room on Wednesday because I'm like, what the hell is wrong? And it dawns on me that I'm probably passing a kidney stone. But the thing is that like typically when I've passed kidney stones, because I've passed multiple kidney stones, I've had to have 2 surgeries to have kidney stones removed, but it doesn't present like this usually. Usually it like your bladder feels a little irritated, and then you just get this massive side pain from your back around to your bladder. And I wasn't having the massive side pain. It was a little uncomfortable, but not like, drop you to your knees and you puke, and like has happened to me in the past. So anyway, they do a CT scan and they're like, you have a small stone in your left kidney. And I'm like, oh, shit, okay. And they're like, it's small enough that you should be able to pass it on your own. So they decided to go ahead and up my antibiotic to Bactrim and put me on Flomax, which basically just helps you pee better, is all it does. And they also gave me a shot of Toradol, which is a non-narcotic, heavy-duty anti-inflammatory. And they said, you need to follow up with the urology clinic because there's a chance you might have to have it taken out. I'm like, great. Okay, so now to kind of soften the edge of that up a little bit, I'm going to go into geomagnetic. Just put a little bit of that around the outside edge of that. Okay, so I wait for the urology clinic to call me the following day, and they don't call me. So I'm like, what the hell? So I call on Friday. I've decided to work from home so that, because you have to pee in this little strainer to catch the stone. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And I was in a lot of pain. So I'm like, I don't want to go to work. I'll just work from home. And my boss is like, just take the time off. And I'm like, did I take a day off? I don't know, but I was working from home. It doesn't matter. So I call the urology clinic on Friday to make an appointment. And they're like, yeah, we can't see you until May 22nd. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm actively passing a kidney stone. I went to the emergency room. I'm looking at the orders from the emergency room physician, and it says I need to be seen at the urology clinic within 48 hours. And they're like, well, the lady's like, well, I don't care. We can't get you in until the 22nd. And I'm like, this is bullshit. So I wasn't very kind. She ended up hanging up on me, which, whatever, but I was pissed. So fortunately, though, I work with a gentleman whose girlfriend happens to be the scheduling manager at the Urology Institute here in town. So he reached out to her and was like, dude, can you do Erica a solid, because she's a mess and she really needs help. I was at work Friday morning. That's right. And because I had to do a couple things. So anyway, next thing I know, I get a call from my coworker's girlfriend, and she's like, I'm putting you on the schedule Monday at 8:30. Yes, which is just a few days ago. So I'm like, awesome. So I end up back in the emergency room on Saturday because I am in so much pain, I cannot function. I'm just a mess. And that's where this came into place, because my veins are horrendous and they have to put, an IV in so they can, because I had to have another CT scan, and they gave me some more Toradol, the anti-inflammatory, which is amazing stuff. And I don't know why they don't make that in pill form and give it to people here. I think they do in other countries, but of course they can't do it here, because we'd rather get everybody effed up on narcotics than just give them heavy-duty anti-inflammatories, which actually works better than the narcotic anyway. Whatever, I could go on and on about that too. That looks really nice. I've not done my makeup in weeks, so this might not look the greatest. Might be a little rusty. We'll see. Okay, so they do another scan, and they're like, your kidney stone is almost to your bladder. Like, it's right there, because you have your kidney, then your ureter leads to your bladder, and it's like right there. Like someone just needs to flick it. It'll go right into your bladder. So she's like, make sure you go to your appointment on Monday with the urologist, and hopefully, they can get you in to get it taken out. I should have just said, I'm not leaving here until somebody takes this damn thing out of me, but I didn't do that. Okay, so go home again, suffer through my weekend, and then on Monday, I go to see the urologist. And I have, my eyebrows kind of freaking out. Okay, that's good enough. Now I'm going to go into the shade here called Stargazing and put that in my outer V. And it's a shimmer, but I don't care. I think I'm going to spray this a little bit just to try to minimize fallout. We'll see if that works. I don't know. So the urologist says you have 2 stones in your right kidney, and then you have this one that's wreaking havoc in your left, and then there's another one in my left kidney. Good. He said, but they're all pretty small. He's like, I don't really know what the damn hang up is. He goes, but, kidney stones are usually pretty jaggedy, and they will kind of like embed themselves in your tissue, and they're not always the easiest to get rid of, right? And he said, so you have a couple options. You can wait and see if it passes. It can take up to 6 weeks, or we can just make an appointment to get the stone taken out, which sounds great, right? Like, yeah, go in and take it out. The problem is that your ureter doesn't want to be messed with. And it will do everything it can to protect your kidney. So if they go in and they have, like, go up through your urethra into your bladder and up to your ureter and then grab it and pull it out, well, your ureter gets pissed off and slams shut. And then, you know, it can't drain into your kidney can't drain into your bladder anymore, which can cause a lot of problems. So what they have to do to counteract that is they have to put a stent in, which I will pop a picture up of a bladder stent and show you what that looks like. So what they do is they take this rubber tubey thing and they take it up through your urethra into your bladder and put it up into your ureter into your kidney so that your ureter stays open for a week so that your urine can drain from your kidney into your bladder. Now, 20% of the population, I don't know if it's United States population or world population, I don't know, I didn't ask the doctor, I'm going back into Icelandic to blend that shade out a little bit, does not like the stent. And so the body will try to reject it the whole time. Well, of course, I'm one of those 20%. So I have had a stent placed in 2016, and it was hell. I ended up in the emergency room 3 times because I was in so much damn pain and I thought my organs were shutting down. It was awful. So I mean, it's not a pleasant thing to have the stent put in, but I also don't want to wait for 6 weeks for this to pass. I'm going to be a wreck, right? So I said, no, let's just go ahead and schedule the surgery. And he's like, okay, the surgery people will be calling you soon to get that scheduled. Fine. In the meantime, he's like, keep taking your antibiotics, although I don't really think you necessarily have an infection, but keep taking it and I'll give you some more Flomax. Great. So, I'm sorry, I'm just kind of going back and forth to blend this out because I feel like it looks weird, but maybe not. Maybe not, it's fine. Okay. So now I'm going to go into the shade here called Cosmic Ray, and it's this beautiful kind of purpley blue duochrome shade, it looks like to me. Brush. Use this one right here. Clean it off a little bit. So that was Monday morning. Leave the urology clinic. Feeling forlorn and annoyed because I don't want to have this damn thing taken out. I just wish it would get to my bladder. Waiting for the surgery center to call. They don't call. So I called them. Ooh, yeah, that's beautiful. Ooh, yes. Oh, I like that with the gray too, because it kind of helps tie the gray in. That's really nice. I love that. I feel like that stargazing shade though kind of, I don't know, not disappeared. You can see it. It's just not as dark as I thought it would be. Anyway, but this is really pretty. I love this. Very nice. And then I want to brighten up the front part of the lid. Yes. Okay. So I end up calling the surgery center the next day because I'm like, hello? Like, I want to get moving on this. Like, I don't get it. And they can't get me in for surgery until May 20th. Like, what the hell? So, you know, I'm hoping that between now and then I'll just pass the damn thing. But, you know, I don't think so. I wouldn't say that I'm in excruciating pain, but it's not fun. And I'm taking so much ibuprofen, it's not even funny. My liver's probably going to fall out. Now I think what I will do, I'm going to go into Feel and Wavy and put that towards the front of the lid. And it just, you know, my bladder's just not happy. My bladder feels like there's a knife in it. Not like right this minute. But it's uncomfortable right now. Like, it doesn't feel very good. And I'm just tired of it dictating what I'm going to do with my life. You know, I really wanted to film and I'm like, damn it, I'm filming. I don't care. So anyway, I'm on the cancellation list. I'm really hoping that they will get a cancellation and I can just hop on into the surgery center and they can take the damn thing out, put the stent in. I'm not excited about the stent. It's not fun. They have to leave it in my body for a week and then they'll take it out, or I can remove it depending on how they place it in there. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm telling you, and you know, kidney stones can be very avoidable if I would just drink enough damn liquid. You know, if I drank enough water, I may not have, I don't know. My body does not process calcium oxalate. So that's why I get the stones. I'm going to go back into Cosmic Ray. Put that right there. That's really pretty. I just feel like the stargazing shade, this purple shade out here, just kind of went to nothing. I don't know. I feel like it looks kind of patchy. Let me go into stargazing with my finger. Okay, there we go. I don't think it's patchy. I think it's just it's got a little bit of a shift to it, and sometimes those shifts can make it look like it's your bare skin, but it's not. I don't know. That makes sense. Yeah, that's really pretty. I like it. I'm gonna go back into feeling wavy too. Put a little bit of that, more of that back on. I feel kind of out of my element right now because I just haven't done my makeup in so long. I'm like, do I even know what the hell I'm doing? It's going to be interesting when I go put my eyeliner and stuff on. So yeah, that's just been what's been going on. I'm just trying to get through this, and you know, I was not in a very good headspace. I still don't think I'm in the best headspace because my eyes are so red. Because I'm just in pain, and I've been in pain for several days, over a week now. And I'm just like, okie dokie. So I'm going to try to film a few more videos before I have my surgery. And then I'm going to be MIA until the stent's out because there's no way. So I do like this look. I think it's really pretty. It looks patchy. Let me go back in with Cosmic. It's got that kind of like, I don't know, like bluey, purpley, but maybe like a little bit of brown shift too. And so it kind of looks patchy, but I don't think it is. I think it's just me being a weirdo, which is very common. Yeah, I like it. So I'm going to go clean up the fallout, do my other eye, the rest of my face, maybe dry my hair, and I'll come back. So this, of course, is my finished look, and I love it. I wasn't sure if I was going to love it, but I love it, and I feel really happy. This is the first time in a while I felt really happy. Makeup can do that for you, you know, just kind of turn your whole day around. I wish it would take my kidney stone out, but that's beside the point. Okay, so let me show you everything I have on my face, and then I will review the eyeshadow palette with you again. Okay, base products, same exact things I use pretty much every time I put base products on my face. And then the CoverGirl Clean Professional Loose Setting Powder and Translucent, of course. For my bronzer, I use the LYS No Limits Bronzer in Motivate, I believe. Love this shade. Works really well with my skin tone. For my blush, I use the Blushing Poppies palette from Poppy and Fluff Cosmetics, my best friend and sister's brand. And I use a shade here called Pink Me. Oh, I love it. I just thought the purpley magenta would look good with this eye look, and I think it looks great. For my upper lid liner, I use the Wet n Wild Breakup Proof, Waterproof Felt Tip Liner in black. I was going to go with the fun color, and I thought, not today. For my mascara, I use the Sky High from Maybelline New York. For my lips, I use the Maybelline Superstay Vinyl Ink in 30 Unrivaled. I have kind of a love-hate relationship with this lip product, but today it worked fine. No highlighter. And I think that's it. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the Aurora Struck palette. On my lower lash lines, I popped Phenomenon and Night Sky. This is kind of a sequin matte. So there's a little, you can see a little bit of sparklies. It looks really pretty. And then for my inner corners and also under my brows, I use this shade here called Head North. This is gorgeous. I kind of almost wish instead of using this shade, I'd use this shade, but I didn't. And it's really nice in the inner corners. This shade kind of threw me for a loop for a minute because I thought it looked patchy. It doesn't look patchy. It's just, I think the lighting, the shift of the shade, but beautiful. This was lovely. And then the mattes I used on my upper lids, these two, really nice. You know, pigmented, smoked it out nice. You know, I think I gave myself kind of a combo of smoky and sparkly. Did I? I hope that's what I was going for. Was I? I mean, I don't know. I just, you know, grabbed some shades at random out of here that I thought would look nice together. And I think the look came together very nicely. And I'm really happy that Dewdrop, my subscriber, wonderful subscriber, mentioned this palette to me in a comment so I could use it again, because I've been wanting to use it again in a video, and it's perfect for a Throwback Thursday. So, and I'd like to do another multiple looks video with it at some point too. So let me know if you have the palette, what you think of it, what you think of my look. Episode 58 of Throwback Thursday is done and dusted, baby. And I will keep you updated on how things are going with my Rogue kidney stone. Like I mentioned, I'm going to try to film a few videos between now and when I have my surgery. I'm really hoping they can bump me up, but also hoping that it just passes on its own so I don't have to go through that. But I don't think so. And let me know if you've ever passed a kidney stone or known anybody that's passed a kidney stone. It's horrendous. I'd rather give birth than go through a kidney stone. Because at least when you give birth, you have something to, you know, enjoy and celebrate. Kidney stone, I just want to drop kick the damn thing down the street. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your lives to sit down and watch this video. If you're new here and you enjoyed what you saw, please consider subscribing, smash the like button, and of course, comment down below in the comment section. I love to chat with you guys there. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I cannot wait to see you guys again in my next video. But in the meantime, please take very good care of yourself. Be well, safe, happy, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
Drop it.